America is facing a crisis. It is not just a political crisis, but a crisis of reality itself. This is an epistemic crisis, a situation where a society struggles to agree on basic facts and truths. This crisis threatens the very foundations of our democracy, which relies on a shared understanding of reality to function. One of the most alarming aspects of this crisis is its pervasiveness. It affects not just our political discourse, but also our daily lives, our relationships, and our trust in institutions. It is fueled by a toxic mix of political polarization, technological advancements, and the deliberate spread of disinformation. This crisis did not happen overnight. It has been brewing for decades as trust in traditional media has eroded and social media has created echo chambers where people are only exposed to information that confirms their existing biases. The rise of populism and the decline of civic engagement have also contributed to the problem. The consequences of this crisis are far-reaching. It undermines our ability to have meaningful conversations, to solve problems together, and to make informed decisions. It also creates a climate of fear, suspicion, and distrust, which can lead to violence and social unrest. Two major forces have converged to exacerbate America's epistemic crisis: political polarization and the rise of technology. Polarization, the widening gap between political ideologies, has transformed disagreements into existential battles, making compromise nearly impossible and fueling a willingness to embrace disinformation that discredits opponents. Technology, particularly the rise of social media, has amplified these divisions. Algorithms designed to maximize engagement prioritize sensationalized content and emotional appeals over factual accuracy. This creates echo chambers where people are exposed only to information reinforcing their existing beliefs, further entrenching biases and making them more susceptible to manipulation. Social media platforms have become breeding grounds for disinformation, conspiracy theories, and propaganda. The speed and reach of online information dissemination make it difficult to counter falsehoods effectively. Moreover, the anonymity afforded by the internet emboldens malicious actors to spread disinformation without accountability. This toxic combination of polarization and technology has created a perfect storm for epistemic breakdown. As traditional gatekeepers of information, such as journalists and academics, lose their influence, the lines between fact and fiction become increasingly blurred. This makes it difficult for citizens to distinguish truth from falsehood, eroding trust in institutions and undermining the very fabric of our democracy. The presidency of Donald Trump marked a turning point in America's epistemic crisis. Trump, a master of manipulation and propaganda, weaponized disinformation as a political tool, relentlessly attacking the media, spreading conspiracy theories, and undermining trust in democratic institutions. Trump's constant barrage of lies and distortions created a chaotic information environment where truth became subjective and facts were open to interpretation. He skillfully exploited social media to bypass traditional media gatekeepers and spread his message directly to his supporters, reinforcing their biases and deepening the partisan divide. Moreover, Trump's assault on truth was not limited to his own words and actions. He cultivated a culture of disinformation within the Republican Party, encouraging his allies in Congress and conservative media to echo his falsehoods and attack his critics. This created a powerful feedback loop, amplifying disinformation and normalizing its acceptance among his base. Trump's presidency demonstrated the fragility of democratic norms and the vulnerability of a society grappling with an epistemic crisis. His willingness to exploit divisions, erode trust, and spread disinformation for political gain serves as a stark warning about the dangers of unchecked misinformation in the digital age. To combat this crisis, we need a new framework for understanding and defending truth. Jonathan Rauch, in his book The Constitution of Knowledge, proposes a solution: a decentralized system of institutions, rules, and norms that he calls the Constitution of Knowledge. This system, much like the US Constitution, relies on a balance of power and a commitment to shared principles to promote truth-seeking and knowledge creation. Rauch argues that this system is under attack from both the left and the right. On the right, disinformation campaigns and attacks on expertise erode trust in institutions and create a climate of epistemic chaos. On the left, cancel culture and the suppression of dissenting views stifle debate and limit the free exchange of ideas, hindering the pursuit of truth. To defend the constitution of knowledge, Rauch advocates for a multi-pronged approach. This includes strengthening institutions like journalism and education, promoting media literacy and critical thinking skills, and fostering a culture of open inquiry and civil discourse. He also emphasizes the importance of individual responsibility, urging citizens to be discerning consumers of information and to engage in respectful debate. The fight for truth in the digital age is a daunting task, but it is a fight we cannot afford to lose. By understanding the forces driving epistemic crisis and embracing solutions like the constitution of knowledge, we can begin to rebuild trust, restore faith in institutions, and create a more informed and resilient society.